Hi guys, today Riley is 6 months old, so I wanted to do her update. This past month I feel like she has had a lot of changes, and that basically is because it lined up with her fifth leap, as she was saying. Yeah. One of the things she likes to do a lot more now is talk. She's definitely using her voice a lot. You know, she's been babbling and cooing and making all sorts of noises since she was born, but lately she wants to talk all the time. Yeah? She can't get in word and edgewise with me around, though, because we all know that I like to talk even more. But yeah, so she had her fifth leap this month. She actually just finished it like a week ago, or not even a week ago. Once it's over, you're just like hallelujah, and you're just you forget about time. Before the leap is over, you're counting down the days. So if you guys don't follow leaps, it's this thing called like the Wonder Weeks. You can look it up. There's, I think, a book, and there's an app. The app is free. I think you can pay to upgrade for like more information. But basically the Wonder Weeks follows mental developments in the baby that you can't physically see. So you've got like her developments that, you know, change, that you notice, like, oh, she's rolling. You can see that. But you can't necessarily understand when she starts... Hi! When she starts understanding and perceiving things differently. This is her vlog. She wants to talk. I love it, guys. Sorry if it's disruptive, but I love it. Yeah, so one of the major things that she's learning is like she's perceiving like distance now. So she knows when I'm going further away. She knows when I'm closer. You know, she's starting to understand that things are inside versus outside. Things can be underneath, like, you know, where things are in relation to other things. Yeah. Yeah, but she's also started, like, when a leap is over, like, leaps are very, like, mentally taxing on a baby. So their brain is going, like, a ping pong ball all around. Well, this is how I imagine it. This is not, like, anything I've read. But I just imagine that it's, like, you know, it's going on overtime. It's like the cogwheels are all turning really fast, and they've got steam coming out of them, and springs are flying out everywhere. So babies tend to get very fussy during their leaps, but then afterwards, it's like the calm after the storm. And suddenly they have all these light bulb moments where they start understanding things. So after this leap, Riley, like just right towards the end of it, Riley suddenly started changing a lot. She started sitting up, so now she can sit. Come on, you sit, big girl. I'll get the camera down so you can see. Now Riley can sit like a big girl. And this was just like an overnight thing. Like the day before, she couldn't really sit. And then suddenly, she could sit the next day. And that's like kind of like the light bulb moment kind of an idea. She also stands really well. She's not at the moment, so I'm not going to try this. But sometimes I do actually just completely, well... Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it right now. Sometimes I can take my hands away for just a second or two, and she'll kind of stay standing. And that's because she does actually work on her balance quite a bit. So, like, right now, I'm not really holding her very much. Hi, what's wrong? Oh, you face mama. Baby life, mom life, you just got to do what you got to do when you can. Yeah. But yeah, she can stand really well now, with support always, but she's definitely standing stronger than she was a month ago, and a month ago I was really impressed by how she was standing. Yeah. Another thing now is that she does actually try to walk, once again, with support, so I will hold her and she will... Yeah, we're going to keep you in the other direction, because she was a lot happier in the other direction, wasn't she? Yeah, if I hold her out, she will walk towards me. She's walked towards her daddy. So she does try to walk, but obviously with support. But basically when I say she tries to walk, she lifts her feet and takes individual steps. And she's been getting better and better at that, which is really cool to see. Because in the beginning when she started trying to walk, sometimes she would get confused after a couple steps and she would just start jumping up and down. because she wasn't used to taking up one leg at a time. So she would just start going and hopping basically. But she stopped doing that as much. Mama is so impressed with you this month, little girl. What else? She's gotten really good at rolling, so good that nappy changes have gone from impossible to I've given up and I've just started putting her nappy on backwards. Basically, if you cloth diaper when you work with pre-folds, there's this thing called a snappy, which you use instead of pins. And normally that goes on the baby's front side. I now put it on her butt side like 50% of the time. Because 50% of the time, I just cannot get her to stay on her back long enough to do the nappy. And I can do the nappy very quickly. I can put a nappy on her in like 20 seconds. But she won't stay on her back that long sometimes. Right? You like being on your front now. Yeah. She still does not roll over continuously, though. She can roll both ways, but rolling as a form of movement either hasn't occurred to her or she has absolutely no interest in it. So I don't really expect it to happen at this point. I think she'll be crawling before she ever rolls. So I think she's just not going to be a roller. Crawling wise, she's still trying to crawl, but the only thing she is capable of at the moment is spinning around in circles. So she can drag herself around. So, I mean, she can do a full 360 degrees, but she cannot move forward or backwards yet, but she's trying. She just doesn't really understand the mechanics of it. So, you know, she's wiggles around and tries to move, but she doesn't understand so much that she's got to scooch her legs up underneath her and propel herself forward. If I try to help her with it, she gets very fussy, so I just let her kind of do her own thing, and she'll learn it when she learns it. Right? Because you figure things out on your own. You don't need Mama's help, do you? She's feeding. She's still exclusively breastfed. She feeds about, I'd say she's down to about 6 times a day. It's really hard to count, though, because she has very long sessions of not necessarily feeding, but of staying attached to me and suckling. So I'd say 6 times a day, but there's 6 to 8 would be more realistic. Yeah. I know how to talk. But it's very hard to think straight when your baby is fussing. What else has she done this month? Oh, yeah. She can sit up in her high chair now. Since she's sitting up, we've been putting her in her high chair, and she seems to enjoy that quite a bit because I think it's just new for her, and she enjoys being higher up off the ground because that is a new thing for her. Normally, she can only be high up off the ground if she's being held. With the elimination communication, she is doing really well on the potty. Obviously, it's still part-time because, like I said, I am still putting nappies on her. But I'm going to try my best to do an elimination communication update separately, just because I think that's like a whole video on its own. But if I put her on the potty, she's at the point where she will almost always poop or pee, with the exception of if she just doesn't have to, or if she gets like a gas bubble stuck and she gets really fussy on it. If she ever gets fussy on the toilet, I take her off immediately because I do not want her to have a negative association with the toilet. Yeah, she's just become so much more playful, alert. I'd say happy, but she's not really showing that. She's not showing that right now. But she has been just like a lot more fun to play with when she's not fussy. Just because she actually plays. Oh, and with playing, she does do a lot more independent play now. Half independent. Basically, she will sit in front of her toys and she will play with them by herself, but I have to be present. So I either sit right behind her while she plays, or I have to be like in very close eyesight. Baby girl, I love you too. What was that? So, I think that's all I have to talk about. Yeah, pretty sure that's all I have to talk about. We're not starting her in solids this month. I know most people start at 6 months if they haven't already started, but I'm not starting yet. She's not showing any signs necessarily of wanting food. I know one of the things people say is that they will watch you eating. Like, yes, she does watch me eating, and sometimes she tries to grab at my food, but Daddy's home. Hi, Daddy. But I don't take that as a sign of her being ready to eat because, I mean, if I have non-food items in my hand, she wants to play with them as well. And if I have non-food items in my hand, she wants to put those in her mouth as well. So I'm not taking that as a sign that she's ready to eat. She still doesn't have any teeth. I'm not aware of her having any teeth coming in. It's really easy to think your baby's teething just with fussiness or drooling, but I mean, there's no way to really know until you actually see teeth. So I don't know if she'll have teeth this month. I mean, she could have them tomorrow for all I know, but she could have them in a few months. Yeah. I would like to wait for her to have some teeth before I start giving her food, just because I feel like to me, that's the best sign that they're starting to be ready to eat, because they've got teeth. Like, how would they eat without teeth, like, in nature? Like, wouldn't you just keep giving them breast milk until then? For people that are concerned with babies not getting enough vitamins, I know, because one of the big concerns with you have to feed your baby before, that you have to feed your baby, Mama can't think straight when you fuss like this. Mama can't think straight. There is this, like, idea that at 6 months your baby starts running out of stores like iron. It is completely false that breast milk does not contain iron in it. The only reason your breast milk might not contain iron would be because if you had like a deficiency yourself, there's no reason to think that that your milk suddenly becomes inadequate and expires at 6 months. This is my belief. It is supported and documented through research as well. But people make their own decisions and their own choices based on what they believe is right. So we're not feeding her yet anything but breast milk at the moment. With the exception of, I have tried to give her water just recently. She doesn't know what to do with it, so it all ended up on her shirt. But it was a fun experiment, and I'll try to keep giving it to her just because she gets really jealous of us drinking. Because she sees us do it all the time, so I just do it to make her happy. Yeah, you can take her. I'm tricking him into taking her because he thinks it'll make me finish the video better. But I'm already done. Bye, guys. You get to keep the baby.